It's very cool, and you got time sensitive related pieces, and that was very, very cool. Thank you very much for that. I said I wasn't going to interject with periodic table poems, but I'm going to interject poems from the new Down to the Dirt book that's out. I've been showing off CC and DL this time, but I haven't gotten to show off the June issue of Down to the Dirt that is titled after something in the book, kind of like that After the Blues collection book was. This is titled Testing the Darkness. Down in the Dirt magazine had a piece in there, so I've got some night shot of scenery in Puerto Rico, I believe, in the background for this one, and I thought I would share two poems that appear in the middle of it, haha, that I have never read here before, and I hope you like them. This first one not only appears in this book, but it also appears in Pheromeme's book, 2015 and 2017 poems. These are the first poems that I had done, I believe, after coming to Texas, I believe. I cannot remember, but that's what I think that was. So, pheromemes, because you can have pheromones, or you can have memes, so why not put them together? So, this first poem is in both of these books, and it is titled, Newspaper Inks the Blood of a Dying Species. Sitting in those basement labs, the hum of computer workstations accompanied my thoughts. Time was ticking and deadlines darted, but I was used to the daily deadline. The rush to be on time was my nicotine. I slammed my hands, my fingers into that keyboard so every newspaper would know my side of the story. I would keep copies of my work in 9-point type 2-inch wide columns, but newspaper pages are thin as tissue. I can't hold up my work in this form forever. Not like this. The ink smudges and disappears whenever anyone touches the page. Maybe this is the disintegration of the written word, now that everyone prefers reading their news from their phones and tablets. Besides, they want to read on their computer, or their commuter train to work. Newspaper ink would smudge onto their crisp white shirts. Journalism is a dying art. Millenniums think that using your smartphone and texting what anyone blurts out is news, so they post their nonsense on every electronic medium they can find. Besides, with the price they pay for their phones, so they can Google every question they have and not have to retain any answers, texting and data better be free. Not like those newspapers, not the tabloid ones, but the ones that you have to spread your arms out to read. You know, those cumbersome ones, the ones that make you feel like they have something worth saying because it's something of value. This is what I loved. I loved being able to make a statement on a printed page and have it delivered to the town's front doors. I'd open my front door and open my daily paper, just like the one delivered to every front door, and open the pages wide and find what's mine. Why bother remembering stories of the news when you can just reference it in archives online? Well, you may be right. It may seem convenient, but it's inconvenient to search for the stories in the first place. And anyway, I still contend that it's better for your eyes and maybe your brain, because you can actually retain information on a page. I know, the newspaper's a dying species, it's a dying art, but the oils, the pigments that make the ink, they make our blood. Understand this. And if you ever grab a newspaper again, if any ink smudges out of your fingers, well, rub it in. Let it get into your bones, because this stuff's in our blood, and it gives us life. Newspaper inks the blood of a dying species. I did that one at a show when I was doing it for I'm getting lots of applause because we people know what's up. You know, it's funny. Me and John will go to breakfast and we will collect stories on our phone that are news stories so that we could read them to each other in the morning. So we're doing that with the phone, but we're still using newspapers for that as well. But it was fun to do that. Oh, wait, I got another one. Gotta show. Yeah, I had to dress up in a pretty dress for this one, for a feature that I did for the elements. But here's a really short one that I'm going to end with that is a really tiny one that not only is in this book, but it is also, I believe, I have to confirm this to make sure, I don't think so. I don't think it's another book. I don't know if it is. So I know it's in this one. So I hope you guys enjoy it. It's tiny, 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 and it's called Fingers Black. Fingers Black. You told me nothing. All I could do was turn my fingers black, scouring the newspapers, searching for any news about what happened with us. Tiny one. That was my little interjection one. All right, I got my newspaper stuff out of the way, you guys. I will be quiet. I'll be good. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, newspaper's cool. I've got old newspapers sitting around. I'm like, I think they're cool, but I'm just crazy that way. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go back to the open mic so that you don't have to hear me rambling on. I had said, yay, rest of yourself. Rita Rose is coming up next, and after that, Ron will be following her. Get ready over there, Ron, as I'd love to hear you. And then, Rusty, the stage is yours. Thank you guys for applauding so much. And the stage is yours. Take it away.